live south of town. I have CenturyLink as my provider. And so a week ago tonight, no, yesterday, we called CenturyLink because our son has been complaining that he can't even play games, that the internet is so slow. And
Yeah, but he uses as much bandwidth as St. Joe Regional and Hoosier Tire together.
Yeah, he does play games online. And so, he's been complaining, so I decided, well, we'll make the call. So they made the call, got to the, repair department, did some things with our modem, had to go upstairs and do this and undo that and read this number and that kind of things. And she says, you need a technician. So the next morning I get a little thing on my phone that says you need to contact us to get a technician out there. So I called, made an appointment for the technician to come out there. And I had to leave a phone number, a callback number. So I left my husband's callback number because I was going to be here on the show. The guy calls my husband and says, Mr. Bodoff, there's no need for me to come to your house. We are having a bandwidth issue and there's nothing that we can do about it. Okay. I'm like, after he told me that, I said, no. They are coming to the house, the lady said. So I get back on the phone. I was like on the phone 4 different times on Wednesday last week.
I started with them earlier. I basically live next door, and I don't have a son sucking down
anymore.
Yeah, he's not at home sucking it down, and I couldn't get like YouTube videos to play.
Correct.
So I did a speed test and got numbers quite close to dial-up.
I finally on Saturday talked to a supervisor in that department. This is after calling Wednesday 4 times, Friday
twice. Saturday I started with repair and then I demanded to speak to a supervisor. I finally got to a supervisor and I said, I ran a speed test and this is what it said. She goes, well, what test did you use? And I told her that whatever it was. And she goes, well, they are all different. You must use the CenturyLink speed test. So I ran it, and the CenturyLink speed test, I'm buying high speed, up to 10 meg, came back at 0.26.
Yeah.
And at that point, then she decided, then I'm looking for a credit on my account. I'm looking for some benefit here. And she said, well, there's a technician hasn't been in your house. And I said, I have called, and twice, 2 days, they have refused to come because there's nothing they can do to fix it. And she says, well, they have to come to your house. So she set it up, and the technician came on Monday, and we went upstairs, and he goes, you have the newest modem that we have, read the serial number, checked it, says your modem's fine, ran a test on it that they had to run, and said, Mrs. Bodorf, I'm sorry. He goes, but we have a bandwidth exhaustion problem, and that I don't know exactly when it's going to get fixed. Now, he told me that it could be as late as August. Then his supervisor called me and said they are working on it diligently and that it should be completed by April or sooner. So I'm wondering if any of you CenturyLink people out there, in City of Plymouth, it is fine. But it's where these pedestals are out in the country where they're my opinion is they've sold too much internet and they've run out of space. And now everybody gets on and it gets slower and slower. So I'm wondering if there's anybody out there who has CenturyLink and has had these bandwidth problems and can't get things to work on your computers.
My biggest objection has been with customer service. They keep hanging up on me.
Do you use 4-letter words?
I do not use 4-letter words.
Jim, I'm sorry. I work the show with you. I'd like to hang up on you sometimes, so I can't quite hold that against them.
Okay. Well, it's just a day and age when there are alternatives to telephones. They're still in the mentality of I have no choice. And, even pointing out to them that I do have a choice.
Well, I'm looking at some alternatives, and I actually have 2 different companies coming out to see if they can provide for me. But I just, and they said, well, our customers are being notified, and I asked how, and they said, well, we just notified you when you talked to us. And I said, yeah, you didn't send me a note in my bill that says, hey, we're having issues. And they weren't going to give me a credit. Now, the supervisor that called apparently is in Warsaw, and he is getting me a credit on my account for the extremely slow internet service. But
Can we get
south.
connected to the MetroNet, please?
You're gonna be on a television star here.
You're going to be on YouTube. The only problem is that everybody's internet. If you're on CenturyLink and you're out in the country, you might not be able to watch the YouTube because
It's too
your internet
slow.
service is too slow.
Yeah.
So, see what's happening.
Well, we're going back to the days
When you want to connect to the internet, you hear
Oh yeah, dial up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be faster. Right.
He's